Yo, what is up, everybody? Welcome back to Made in Abyss. Tonight we're going to be doing 2 tier lists for the characters in the anime. And this is at the point of just watched the Dawn of the Deep Soul movie, which is like season 1 movie. Haven't seen season 2 yet. Season 2 hasn't even come out yet, though it's about to, so that's really exciting. And honestly, I just need some time to talk about the characters, and why not talk about them in the form of ranking them, because everything's a competition, right? So we're doing 2 tier lists. We're doing first, like, character, and then waifu. Because we have to do a waifu one. But I also wanted to just, like, separate from... So, like, waifu's, like, my... Okay, wait. So, first, there are a lot of kids in this show. Like, 12, 13, 14, right? So, waifu... I'm using the definition of waifu that's not necessarily romantic or anything weird. I'm not trying to get freaky. I'm not trying to do anything crazy. But more of a personal attachment, right? So... maybe I should rename it to, like, my personal favorites, but I think the word waifu is more, clickbaity, so I'm gonna use the waifu one for now, for sure. And then the first tier, that's the second tier list. First tier list is just, like, actual character in terms of, like writing and, like, place in the story. So, yeah, let's go. Let's cut through this. Let's figure it out. First, okay, so we got this hoe. I think this is the teacher in, like, episode 1 or 2. She almost goes in the who even is this tier, because who even is that? But I'm gonna put her in D because I think I remember her, but she has, like, I think she spanked Rico once, and that's, like, her plot significance. Like, there's not much of a character there, so you're D. Freaking bone meal. Dororog, whatever his name is pronounced. I hate him, but he's really interesting, and, like, the whole, like, immortality through the helmet, like, split consciousness stuff is super cool. But he's such a monster, dude. I think I'm comfortable with him in A, because of how, like, creative he is, and, like, the, like, exploration at any cost kind of vibe is really strong. Just for the best character. If we're on the other list, he's, like, D tier. I hate him. But in terms of an obstacle, I think he's really interesting, and then as well as his relationship to, Nanachi's really interesting. Though, wish we got to see more of that, honestly, because that's I think the juiciest part that was going on in the last movie. I just watched the movie like a few hours ago, so I'm still kind of like reeling on that. I'm not gonna lie. I think, and we'll go back and we'll rank amongst the tiers and all that. We'll get freaky with it. Habbo is like C tier. He's just Habbo. He just kind of was there. He's just a dude. I mean, it's Habbo. This kid, high C tier probably. I don't know his name, but he's cute. But his only purpose is just to be an orphan child. But since I actually recognize him and, like, slightly care for him, he's above D tier. And he's above Habbo, because I don't care about Habbo. Habbo's just some random black whistle. I don't know who that hoe is. Get out of here. Liza. Probably B. Maybe high C, but B. Just in terms of, like, all she is a motivation for Rico to reach at this point. And she just seems like a Rico temperament, but grown up. Right? She's not, like, making new ground or anything. But we haven't seen enough of her. I almost would say high C, because it feels kind of weird to have these two next to each other, Bone Rod and Liza. But her relationship with Ozen's pretty good. I would probably say bottom of B, high C. But wait, Maruk is like high B. She beats Liza. She doesn't beat Bone Meal though. Bone Rod. Because I like Maruk's personality, and Maruk's relationship with Ozen's really cute, especially Maruk's daily life. Like, you know, Maru actually has some substance to him. I got that one, didn't I? But it feels a little weird to be putting Maru above Liza, but I think I'm going to die on that hill. Just in terms of, like, character writing, Liza's not really much of a character yet. Like, we've seen her in flashbacks a few times, but we've only seen the one side of her of, like almost patriotic, you know, where she's just good. I guess we saw her, like, a little bit, like, stressed in a few times, but I don't know. I don't know enough about Liza. She below Maruk. Sorry. Don't know who this pink-haired chick is. Am I supposed to know who that is? I literally just watched the show. Is this Nat? I think this is Nat. Yeah, because Shiggy's down the line. So Nat, he beats the other orphan kid out. He beats Habbo, but he doesn't make it into B tier. Sorry, Nat. Prushka's a tough one. I don't know if I want to deal with Prushka yet. I can deal with Reg. Reg's probably S tier. I really like Reg. Well, he's probably high A. He beats Borrod because he's interesting with his, like, forgotten past thing and the way they've tied that in with, like, his memories. However, his emotional depth is pretty much just attached to Rico. End of story. And I mean, that's really good. Like, I'm a hoe for it. Like, their bond is, like, the blood of the show. I don't know. Let's deal with Prushka. I'll get back to Reg. Prushka. Prushka's tough. Mid B, maybe high B. I think she beats Maruk. For the sole reason of being much more plot significant. And they'll like thinking of her person. I don't know. Prushka's a really tough one because she literally just gets juice boxed, right? So, but she has the determination and the will, and the like selflessness to do the whole whistle thing at the end of the movie. So I think that makes her high B. But she seems like, I don't know. It's just like, she just exists. She's a midi. She's like midi, kind of. Where she just, like, exists to be destroyed. But I think she beats Marduk. Because at least Marduk literally was just Ozin's, like, house pet. Or, like, maid boy. Like, Marduk's just Marduk. Prushka, in terms of, like, writing or whatever, like, I don't know. Shared a lot of, like, Rico's moves, Rico's jazz. Speaking of Rico, we can probably put Rico high B. Maybe low A, but I don't like having Reg and Rico on the same tier. We'll put high B for now. I'll put high A for Rico. Pushka, we're comfortable with B for now. The thing with Rico, y'all need to talk about Rico for a second? Rico's crazy. Rico has the meat situation, the animated meat situation. Rico, of course, got the most plot significance because she's the plot, basically. And she got she's the main character. Like, in terms of, like, writing or whatever, I mean, she's not breaking new territory because she's pretty, in a lot of ways, plain. But she has a lot of quirks and a lot of, kind of weird things that make her more interesting. Like her relationship with Reg is really kind of, like, so fun and so sweet and so much. It's just, like, I want to, like, you know? And then beyond that, like, the whole, like, nudity thing and, like, how, like, carefree she is. Like, she has so many, like, strong character traits and, like, character personality traits. What's up, Shiggy? Shiggy, you're under Nat. Bye, Shiggy. What's up, Random? This is, like, Random Cave Raider guy. He literally, teacher's better than him, I guess, but I don't care about this guy. Is this Liza's husband? I don't know anything about you. I'm putting Nat above you. He just seems like a house husband. I don't even care about him. He's just a dude. I mean, he hooked up with Liza. I mean, score for him. Because Liza was kind of crazy with it. But we're probably going to put him above Shiggy, but below Nat. I don't really care about the guy. I don't care about this girl either. Or this guy. This guy beat, this minor dude beats the other two minors. Because at least I recognize him slightly more. I don't know what this last one is. We're going to put that in. I was looking at that earlier. Like, what is that last thing? I don't know. Walking L. This is just Bodrod. Right? That's kind of how it's his consciousness. So either go together because they're the same person. Leader beats Marduk. I think loses to Prushka. I want to do Nonachi last. I think Leader loses to Prushka because he's so one note, but I think he beats Maruk because I love him. I mean, this is supposed to be the less biased one, but, like, I don't know. Both he and, well, no, Maruk wins because Maruk has the Rico Reg talks under his belt. Sorry, Maruk. Maruk's had more, like, shades of character, right? We've seen Maruk happy, we've seen Maruk sad. Leader, we've seen Leader. It's just Leader. Leader loses to Liza. But he's still in B. He's outside the orphan tier. He's outside the Hobbo tier. I literally just don't care about Hobo at all. That's pretty crazy. Prushka's a little baby. I don't feel like this is a character. This is like a rat. It just kind of floated around and did its thing. I mean, I don't like. I mean, am I really about to say it's worse than or it's better than Hobo or something like that? I mean, yeah. Because I just don't care about Hobo at all. Sorry, Hobo. I'd probably do this. Because this, I forget its name, too. Prushka's little, like, baby rat is similar to this orphan kid, like, just kind of there to be cute or whatever, and, like, be the new pet of the group. But otherwise, like, doesn't have character traits, doesn't really, like, do anything. It's just kind of there. Did get a sip of that Prushka juice, which maybe puts it above Shiggy and the husband. Honestly, Shiggy's better than the husband. I think it beats the husband and then loses to Shiggy Nat. Because Shiggy Nat have more character. Even Nat almost has more character than Leader. Wow. I was not expecting Nat to make B tier and beat Nat next to Eliza, but I think that's really where we're at. Because really, honestly, Nat was almost like main character. Like, felt like he was going to be a big part of the story because he was like the second one introduced to. Because he was out with Rico in like the first episode, you know? So I think that's where we're at for that. Okay. Midi. Midi is another really hard one. Midi beats Prushka easy for me. Midi was written really well. Midi was written really well. I really liked Midi. Did Midi beat Rico? Because you gotta think for Midi, like, sorry, I gotta start by Ozen. Midi, Werben, Schmager, Manly, Edson. The thing with Midi is she's got a very singular purpose to flesh out Nanachi's backstory. However, that backstory, for me, was the best part of the entire series show up to this point, like, by far. By far. For big, huge highlight. So in that way, I really liked Midi. Though Midi as a human was very kind of, not necessarily one note. We just didn't see very much of her. So it's hard to, like, lock that in. I think she loses to Rico. Honestly, can we just... I'm putting this guy lower. The split form of Bodorod, because split forms of Bodorod did nothing. They're just nothing. I mean, I guess I'll put him with Bodorod just because that's like I guess that's really what it is. I don't know. It feels weird to have Midi losing to freaking Bodorog. I think Midi's here. I might even put Rico above Bodorod. Because, like, Bodorod, like, he's just kind of pragmatic. He's such a creative with how, like, OP he got. That's why he's so high. That's why he's beating Prushka. That's why he's beating Maruk. That's why he's beating Liza. Because it's interesting, and it's like live, and at any cost, like further the exploration, blah blah blah. Like all these like tenets, which are really strong. However, Rico's has shown like different depths of personality, which I've liked a little bit. I don't know. This is really tough. Midi beats Rico for me, just because of the way her character was used. We'll get back to it. Ozen beats Prushka. Probably, like right there. Probably right. Probably top A tier at least. Ozen. Because she has a very specific personality, which I like. I likey. Me likey. Because she's like mean, but like kind of nice, you know? She's like hard, but knows when to be a little sensitive and be a little, you know, tough love, but is able to pull it back a little bit when, you know, when she really needs to, and all that stuff. And the way she interacted with Rico and Reg was both terrifying, and I thought was going to be the reason that everybody thought the show was terrifying, but no, that actually came a few episodes later with the whole Rico orb weaver thing. Like, she brought a lot of the darkness in without being a evil character like Bodorog is. So I think she beats Bodorog. I forget it. Freaking Bone Meal, the cyborg man. Screw that guy, by the way. I still hate that guy. I think she beats Rico. Because she's a side character. So for her to be like so interesting and intricate, but Rico kind of crazy with it. I don't know. Riko's like, I think she beats Riko. I think they're similar though. I think they're on a close level. They're just so different that it's so hard to like put them next to each other. Do I really want to say that Midi's better than Ozen when it comes to character writing? Ugh, that's hard. I'm keeping Reg at the top. I love Reg. Because he's like sensitive, but he's so OP. And he's got the interesting stuff with the whole, you know, souls inside him thing. And like, he keeps getting more interesting the bar goes on. We'll get to Nanachi. No, I don't need to pretend. Nanachi's the best character by far. Nanachi's the best writing. Nanachi's the most emotional. Nanachi has the best backstory with Midi. Nanachi's got the best, like, such really specific, good relationships with Reg and Riko. Mostly Reg. Nanachi's the best character. Nanachi's by far the best character. And I'm not going to pretend she's not. She's the best one. Yeah. Yeah. And I'll die on the hill. Nanachi's the best one. Midi to Reg. Reg beats Midi for me. Ozen to Midi. That's a tough one. It's a tough one again. I think I'm letting my Nanachi S tier get Midi a little high. So we're going to drop Midi down to here. Riko wins. Ozen beats Riko just a little bit. Beats the Bodora because he's cool, he's creative, but he's of morality to me pretty uninteresting because it's just like he's pragmatic about doing this one thing no matter the cost, no morals, no nothing. The whole self-sacrifice whistle thing was cool, and that's why he's up there. But that's about where he caps off. This guy is literally just Bodorog, so I don't know what that's supposed to mean. Prushka, little bit of a plot device, but was interesting enough to put her above Maruk. Maruk is above Liza. This is like the biggest gap. Honestly, I almost want to do like this. I won't, but I want to. Because there's a huge gap between Maruk and Liza. This is like B plus and then B minus. Maybe I do that. Let's just do that. At a row below. This is like, we're just gonna use the same shade. B minus, B plus. Plus. Yeah, because I don't want to put her down in C, but it's a big difference between the B pluses and the B minuses. Maruk beats Liza. Liza, Nat, Leader, same tier. Liza is not really a character, she's more of a plot thing. Whatever, it's fine. We're getting glimpses of it, and that's why she's above these guys, which are like nothing to me. But like Maruk above, these are all flesh characters. Nat, it's just Nat. Leader, Nat beats. Shiggy, you were in like one episode I kind of remember. You had a personality, but that's you having a personality is the only reason you're above this thing. This thing doesn't have a personality, and it's still beating half the cast, okay? So be proud of yourself, Shiggy. Husband, literally don't care about you. Little kid, you were cute, I guess. Honestly, you beat the husband, because I think about you, like, once. I thought about you more than once. Abo beats the husband as well. These guys, they just are nothing. I mean, you beat the teacher, I guess. But that's it. I don't remember these two. I think this one had to do at the general store. Literally no idea for these last two, so they're going in the who even is this too. Okay. I'm happy with that. Character tier list. Okay, now we do the fun one. Okay, remember, this is not like a romantic thing or anything weird. I know they're 12. But the definition of waifu that I'm proceeding with is purely respectable. Purely respectable. It's more of a personal attachment and how much I care for them and how much I'm more of an emotional investment in them specifically. On that grounds, don't care about you. Bodorum, you suck. You're a monster. I hate you. Okay, maybe C. Because he's got some crazy energy with him. Habo, this guy beats Habo. Like, that's the thing. Habo means nothing to me. I don't care about Habo at all. Bodoram, even if he's a monster, like, he's got some interesting ideas and principles with him, right? That's why he wins. It's just a child. That's not a husband, though. I don't know, man. I gotta pick better words. I can't when there's like a 6-year-old. Best emotional me attachment to them. How about that? I'm still saying waifu on the YouTube video, though. You got tricked. Ozen, low A, probably. Don't care about you. Liza, she cute. I don't know. Don't know who you are. Maruk. How emotionally attached am I to Maruk? Not that much. More than Ozen. Yeah, this is like my care for them. This is how much I care for them. How much my soul is with them. Ozen's probably high B. I don't like Ozen's chill, and I'm with Ozen. If something bad happened to Ozen, I would feel bad. More than Liza, more than Baruch, more than these guys. I'm not emotionally attached to the kid. I mean, I guess the kid goes like right there. Yeah, okay. Nat's low B. Prushka. Well, something bad happened to Prushka, and how much should I care, right? So probably low B. Higher than Nat though. Higher than Liza. Loses to Ozen. Rag's top. Rag's ass easily. Rico is higher than Marduk easily. I don't think she's quite S. My idea here is the most, like a large part of the reason I even care about Rico is because of the bond between her and Reg. However, I care about Reg for a lot more than just his bond with Rico, right? Like, it's a little lopsided where she's being carried a little bit by Reg. She's adorable, she's cute, and I care about her. But in terms of like emotional, like correspondent, synergistic, whatever, Reg wins. And it's such a big margin that I can't even put them on the same tier. Shiggy. Yeah. I don't care about this one. This guy looks slightly more palpable than the teacher. This guy, I literally, like, he hooked up with my girl Liza, and he just looks like a beta male. So he goes in T tier. This one looks feminine, so beats against someone that's non-feminine, because, don't talk about it. This guy beats this one. Yeah, this is probably good. Maybe like this. Yeah. This guy's a walking L. He goes right below Brong. Leader beats Prush. Beats Liza easily. The Prushka's a difficult one. Just think about it, right? So Prushka. And leader. So leader. Well, I'm not really getting anywhere with that, am I? I don't know what this is. Let's just get rid of that. I just like leader's personality, just because it's like that edgy boy, whatever. And his bar that he dropped in that one flashback about like, yeah, I'm not into Ozen the immovable, like, not my style. That was funny, and I like my boy leader. Prushka, I only care about Prushka because she was so abused. And by abused, I mean, well, yeah, I mean, kind of abused, but also like her horrible upbringing makes me emotionally attached to her more. But honestly, leader wins. Sorry, Prushka fans. It's just Prushka, man. It's just Prushka. We knew her for like an hour, and the entire time I'm saying, she's crazy. We don't mess with Prushka. Sorry, Prushka. The rat, it's just an animal, dude. If I saw the rat like get curb stomped, I'd be upset about it. So it goes above Bodrob. Mary. I don't know about best personal attention. Maybe it's like, okay, we're going back to husbando / waifu. Waifu. Why is it being so weird? Waifu. What is it doing? S. Waifu. Done. Okay. You know what? Infer your own thing. You make your own opinion. You heard me struggling to say the word waifu when it comes to like these 12-year-olds, but you know what I mean by it. Don't even try to pin it on me. Midi beats Ozen. Maybe? Goop Midi beats Ozen. Human Midi loses to Ozen. We're gonna put them below Ozen because Human Midi beats Leader easily. This could even be a B plus B minus situation here. I think it is. Let's add that in. B minus. Bing, 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 bing. Nanachi and Reg are fighting for top. We're gonna have to get for that. We're gonna have to deal with that one in a minute. That one's gonna be hard. Nanachi probably wins for me, but Reg's definitely right neck and neck.
Okay, let's go to bottom to the top. Teacher, this guy literally don't care. Done.
Okay, Habo. Is Habo even in C tier or is he in D tier? Oh no. Okay, I'm imagining Habo is like dead, right? We stumble upon his corpse. How much do I care? Okay. The kid. You're cute, I guess. Shiggy beats my boy Bondarog. Bondarog's just the worst. Bondarog will literally not, like, if we're talking like waifu husband or whatever, his ability to form relationships on people is entirely self-serviced. He's a monster. I'm not here for him. Honestly, he loses to the kid. He beats Habo because at least he has some semblance of a personality. I just don't care about Habo at all. Man, this is just the Habo hate, isn't it? This animal thing, I guess, beats Nat, or Shiggy, I mean. No, this animal thing goes below, right above Bombrag. Nat beats Shiggy, it's big enough gap. Liza versus Nat. Liza honestly fine. If we're talking like waifu, Liza fine. Liza probably right above Midi. Because it's like emotional attachment with a little bit of waifu in there. It's a mix. It's a mix.
I'm feeling pretty good about this. Prushka leader, I'm a little still stuck on.
It's also really funny that Nanachi might be a dude, right? And Reg obviously is a dude. And then Riko's a girl. And then it's called waifu, and I have 2 potential dudes in the top 1. That's pretty funny to me. Well, 3 if we include Maruk. Yikes. Yikes. It's probably pretty good. Waifu / emotional investment. Why is it being stupid? Waifu or emotional investment. Yeah. I like that. I like that. Nachi I'm the most emotionally invested in, so Nanachi wins. Reg, I'm very close, and the way them 2 talking to each other was the most emotional part of the entire show and was so good. Riko, I'm pretty emotionally invested in because of her relationship to these 2. Maruk, I'm more invested in than Ozen. I feel like we do this, honestly. Maruk drops down a tier. Liza's up high because she's fine. Ozen up higher than Liza because she got more personality and I actually care about her and like she's relevant. Midi, I'm more emotionally invested in than Liza by like a significant margin, so Liza drops a tier. She loses to Ozen though, as described. Leader had 1 good bar. And a couple good bars. I just like his personality. Probably loses to Prushka. Because Prushka's Prushka. And Prushka's like got pushed to the razor's edge. So you gotta respect Prushka for that one. And by pushed, I mean past the razor's edge and was, you know, gooped. Poor Prushka, man. Nat is just freaking Nat. Leader wins Nat a little bit, but Nat's at least in B-. Shiggy, don't care. Blah, 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 blah. Boom. I think that's it. I think that's good. Gotta be, right? How does this have no likes? This was a good tier list. Can I give it a yay? Oh, wait, which one do we smile? Smile. We'll do smile. Wait, this other one I got. Oh, wait, it's the same tier list twice. Okay. I'm kind of interested how these, like, look next to each other. So, yeah. Habo went up a tier on the... Or went down a tier on the emotional investment. That makes sense. Bondrag was the biggest dip. Midi was a good dip as well. Reg went up a tier. Because I'm emotionally invested in Reg. Prushka went down a tier on emotional investment because I think she was written better than I'm invested in her. In the same way that with Reg. Liza stayed B-. Good on you, Liza, I guess. Midi had a lot of movement too. From A to B. Oh, I didn't make this B+. A to B+. Perfect. Well, that'll do it for the Made in Abyss tier list. On to Season 2. I did see when I was looking for a tier list, there is like a manga Season 2 tier list out there, so maybe I'll do another one once we actually meet a bunch more characters, because, I mean, based on the trailer, because I watched the trailer for the next season, there's going to be a lot more characters, a lot more names, potentially a ton of stuff. And honestly, going through these has quelled my emotions. I'm not gonna lie, I was kind of a little bit of an not emotional mess, but like, that last movie was really hard to watch. So it was nice to just talk about characters without watching them getting dismembered. But yeah, that's all it'll be for this tier list. These 2 tier lists made in Abyss. If you liked the tier list kind of format, let me know because these are fun to do. And I'll keep pumping them out if people are into them. But yeah, like the video if you like the video, subscribe if you're new, blah, blah, blah. All the YouTube stuff, I really appreciate it. But until then, until the next show, whatever, reaction, tier list, whatever it is, have a great rest of your day, night, dawn, evening, whatever's great, whatever you're doing. Hope you do great, but until the next video, I'm out of here. Peace.